Hello, dear listener. Welcome back to another story from Don's Story Corner, where simple lives carry extraordinary lessons. Today, we'll journey to a quiet town called Maplewood, where a young boy named Ethan Miller discovers that success is not about being better than others, but about understanding who you are and nurturing what makes you come alive. So sit back, breathe, and let this gentle story remind you of something important. That sometimes the secret to success lies hidden, not in what we do the best, but in what we love the most. Ethan Miller was 12 years old, curious, restless, and always running somewhere. He lived with his parents and his little sister Emma in a small wooden house at the edge of Maplewood, a town surrounded by rolling green hills and fields that turned gold every autumn. Everyone in town knew Ethan as the boy who never stopped moving. He'd spend hours after school tossing a baseball against the fence, chasing his dog Max, or climbing the big oak tree behind his house. But inside the classroom, Ethan felt like a different person. Math confused him, grammar bored him, and whenever the teacher returned the graded papers, his friend Liam Parker, the quiet, focused boy who sat beside him, always seemed to score near the top. Ethan would glance at Liam's perfect A+ marks and feel something heavy in his chest, a mix of admiration and quiet frustration. "Why can't I be like him?" he muttered one afternoon, staring at his crumpled math test. That evening, Ethan sat at the dinner table poking at his food. His father, Mr. Miller, a kind-eyed carpenter who built furniture for the townsfolk, noticed his silence. "What's wrong, champ?" his father asked gently. Ethan shrugged. "Nothing." His mother, Grace Miller, exchanged a look with her husband. "Come on, Ethan. You've been quiet all day. Something happened at school?" After a moment, Ethan whispered, "I got a C- in math again. Liam got an A, like always. I studied, I swear I did, but I just don't get it." Mr. Miller leaned back in his chair, thoughtful. You know, I've seen you outside throwing that baseball every day until sunset." Ethan frowned. "That's different, Dad. I like baseball. It's fun." "Exactly," his father said. "Maybe there's something to learn there." The next afternoon, Mr. Miller surprised Ethan. "Son, invite Liam over tomorrow after school," he said. Ethan blinked. "For what?" "For a little challenge," his father smiled. The next day, under the bright warmth of a Saturday morning, Liam arrived at the park carrying a nervous grin. Mr. Miller tossed Ethan a worn baseball glove. "You two will play catch. Let's see how it goes." Ethan's face lit up. Finally, something he was good at. He threw the ball effortlessly, with speed and precision. Liam tried his best, but the ball kept slipping past his glove. After 20 minutes, Liam was exhausted. Ethan, still bursting with energy, laughed as he caught the last throw one-handed. "Guess I win," he said, smiling proudly. Mr. Miller called them over. "Good game, boys. Ethan, how did it feel?" "Fun. Easy, I guess." "And you, Liam?" Liam chuckled breathlessly. "Tiring. I'm terrible at this." Mr. Miller nodded. "That's the first lesson, Ethan. You see how Liam struggles with baseball? Well, he might feel the same way you do when it comes to math. You're both different kinds of smart. Don't forget that." Ethan went silent. Different kinds of smart. The words echoed in his head all day. Monday came, and so did another of his father's mysterious challenges. "Today," Mr. Miller said, "I want you to pay attention at school. Watch how Liam studies. Observe what he does differently." Ethan nodded, half curious. That day, during recess, Ethan noticed Liam sitting under the maple tree, flipping through a small notebook. Inside were doodles, numbers, and puzzles, all scribbled in blue ink. Liam's eyes sparkled as he worked, counting pebbles, solving riddles, even timing how long it took a squirrel to cross the fence. It wasn't homework. It was play. Ethan realized Liam wasn't just good at math. He enjoyed it. That evening, he told his father everything. Mr. Miller smiled knowingly. "That's the second lesson. People become great at what they enjoy doing. Practice doesn't feel like a burden when it's fueled by joy." Ethan thought about his baseball glove lying by the window. He practiced without being told. He improved because he loved it. It was starting to make sense. But the next challenge was different. Harder. "For your last lesson," his father said one evening, "I want you to study math tomorrow 3 times longer than usual. Push yourself." Ethan hesitated but nodded. That night he spread his books across the kitchen table. The clock ticked past 7, then 8, then 9. Numbers blurred into shapes. His eyes grew heavy. His brain buzzed with exhaustion. He pushed himself to finish one more exercise, then another, until his head ached and tears welled up in frustration. He slammed the pencil down. "Why can't I just get this right?" When he woke the next morning, the books were still open. He had fallen asleep at the table. Later that day, Mr. Miller took Ethan for a walk behind the house to his little garden where rows of wooden birdhouses hung between the apple trees. "Rough night?" he asked softly. Ethan nodded. "I tried, Dad. Really tried. But it's like my brain just shuts down." His father knelt beside a young oak sapling. "Do you see this tree, Ethan? I planted 3 different seeds in this garden: oak, pine, and maple. Each grows differently. The pine shot up first, tall and thin. The oak takes longer, but becomes stronger. The maple changes colors every season." He looked at his son. "You can't force a maple to grow like a pine. You can't force yourself to bloom like someone else." Ethan swallowed hard. "So what should I do then?" he asked. "Find the soil that makes you grow," his father said simply. "And once you find it, take care of it with love. That's where success lives." A week passed. Ethan stopped comparing himself to Liam. Instead, he began using his curiosity in different ways. In science class, he built a small wooden catapult to demonstrate kinetic energy. In art, he sketched a baseball in motion. Lines, force, movement. His teacher praised his creativity. Slowly, Ethan realized something. He saw the world differently. He learned best through action, by building, testing, doing. That night, while helping his dad in the workshop, Ethan asked, "Dad, do you think building things could ever be a real job?" Mr. Miller laughed. "Of course, engineers, designers, they all start by building things in their parents' garage." Ethan smiled, tightening a screw on a wooden stool. "Then maybe that's my thing." Months passed. Ethan began reading about inventions, tinkering with old gadgets. He took apart his broken alarm clock just to see how it worked, and managed to fix it. His teachers noticed the change. Liam remained the top math student, but Ethan's science projects began winning school awards. One afternoon, as he presented his homemade wind turbine to the class, Liam came over and said, "You're amazing at this, Ethan. I couldn't build that in a million years." Ethan grinned. "Yeah? Well, I still can't solve quadratic equations." They laughed, 2 different kids finally understanding they were never meant to be the same. That evening, Mr. Miller was sanding a wooden chair when Ethan walked into the workshop. "Dad," he said, "remember those lessons you gave me?" Mr. Miller looked up, smiling. "I do. I think I get them now. It's not about being better than Liam, right? It's about learning what kind of tree I am." His father chuckled softly. "Exactly, son. And now that you've found your soil, keep growing." They stood there quietly, surrounded by the smell of pine wood and varnish. The evening light filtered through the window, warm and golden. Years rolled by. Ethan grew into a confident young man. He studied mechanical engineering, graduated with honors, and returned to Maplewood to open his own workshop, Miller & Co. Innovations. He designed simple machines that helped local farmers work more efficiently and trained kids from the town who shared his same spark for creating things. Liam became a math professor at a nearby university. They often met for coffee and laughed about their childhood lessons. And every time Ethan saw his father's old garden, he remembered the 3 lessons. Everyone has a different strength. Passion turns practice into joy. Love what you do, or learn to love it. One sunny afternoon, Ethan found his father sitting under the same oak tree from years ago. His hair had turned silver, his hands still strong and steady. "Dad," Ethan said softly, "you were right. I found my soil." Mr. Miller smiled, his eyes bright. "I never doubted you, son. You just needed time to listen to your own roots." Ethan looked at the horizon, the town, the hills, the fields shimmering in sunlight. He realized that success had never been about trophies or grades. It was about the quiet joy of becoming who you're meant to be. And somewhere in the rustling of the leaves, the whisper of that lesson carried far beyond Maplewood, reminding anyone who listened that within each of us lies a hidden gift, waiting to be discovered, practiced, and loved. And that, dear listener, was the story of Ethan Miller, the boy who once wished to be someone else, but instead became someone truly himself. If this story touched your heart, remember, don't measure your worth by someone else's yardstick. Find your own soil, water it with consistency, and let your roots grow deep. Because when you love what you do, success will quietly bloom on its own. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next story, where another heart in another small town will find its way home.